Well, new week, and I'm sick of losing, so we got to do whatever we can to break the streak. And good to be home, playing daytime, and got to get rolling. So a lot of stuff to learn from on film, and the goal is to be aggressive as we can and develop an identity as a team. And so I've expressed my concern and my thoughts with the coaches, and appreciate the players giving all their effort and working hard. And so thought we were probably a little bit too conservative in a lot of different areas, after I review the film and everything, and that's not my style. So we're going to be aggressive and try to find ways to develop an identity through aggression and through our toughness, and that's what we're focused on this week. And so, any questions?
Is that kind of the mentality at this point? I mean, having lost all these games and, with just a few left, let's just go for it and be, just take the risks now and just go?
Yeah, and I think I just have to be really blunt about it, as a head coach. I mean, this is all on me. So the way I approach it and demanding it, it has to happen now, and it's desperate. And basically, my mindset, if you're going to go down, you better start swinging, and in the meantime, develop an identity. I've been talking about that for a while, about what are we going to hang our hat on. And those of you that know me for many years I've been coaching, I've been aggressive, and this is not the type of way that we play that I think exemplifies what I'm about, and that's my fault. So I've expressed my concerns to the coaches and to our staff, and asked the players to just keep buying into our culture and buying into our team, and we'll see if the results are any different this weekend.
As you've thought of that, is there something that kind of steered you toward being more conservative? We've talked about injuries and different, the frustrations.
Yeah,
or
I'm
was
I'm just sick of excuses, and that's what it comes down to. I'm just kind of over it now, and hard work and all that stuff, it makes sense, but working smart also, and then, it's just fight or flight time, and I want to fight, and not literally, but I think there's times you can still. I mean, the sun came up, and so there's another game this week, and there's some positive things, and I'm gonna stay positive. But I think the urgency, and I've talked about this a bunch of times, is to get better now, and the only way we can get better is to work hard and be aggressive. And I don't think as a program we've been aggressive enough, and that's my fault. And so I'm hanging this on me, and the players are working hard, and I've said that again, but I need all the coaches to buy in the same thing, same type of mindset and philosophy, and let's go to work, and let's show everybody what we can do when the cards are stacked against you, and there's a lot of issues going. If you look at that the losing streak, it causes some issues. So the only way we can deal with it is to fight right now and be aggressive.
That aggressive mindset, how do you think it'll impact the offense in particular?
Just score points, whatever it takes. I don't care if you go fast. I don't care if you're in the empty the whole dang time. I don't care. Let's just score points. And I want to be able to just say, hey, let's slow down. That's what I want to say, So whatever it takes, and I'm giving free rein to our offensive staff to be creative as much as you can and use the talent that we have on the field. Regardless of injuries, there's enough talent to win games, and score points. And so, I guess maybe I'm letting the game plan out, but we're going to be aggressive, and we're going to give it everything we can, and get the playmakers to make plays. And as coaches, we need to put them in that position.
You've averaged less than 60 plays a game over the season. Are you expecting more plays on offense?
Hopefully. All I care about is points. I mean, if it's 60 plays and we score a lot of points, that's all that matters. We're efficient, then that matters to me. So productivity is all about points scored rather than a number of plays. But if in order for us to get more points, we have to get more plays, and so be it. That's just we're dealing with a lot of new bodies out there because of their depth, and they're giving us the effort that we asked for, which is what I've seen. Then let's use them all, and let's just go after it and see what happens. And that's on all three phases.
I was just going to ask, will that aggressive level carry over to defense too?
Yeah, I hope so. I mean, that's what I want. So, I mean, you guys can read between the lines. If you're a coordinator and a coach on the staff, then pretty much know what I'm saying right now, and this is what it comes down to.
Do you foresee any significant personnel changes?
Yep, all of it is involved, So I don't know if significant. I don't know. We'll just have to see what we're dealing with. I mean, it was it hurt us a lot losing Troy Warner. You know, and that was hard to deal with. And obviously, you saw them attack our corners when they came in. And Troy's been solid, not perfect, but he's played really well for his second year starting. And you know, probably highly unlikely that he'll return this year. So.
About San Jose a little bit. We've seen a film San Jose. What's the scouting report on them?
Well, I know Coach Brennan is a good friend of mine. I mean, we lived same neighborhood when we were at Oregon State together, and so our families become close. He's a good friend of mine. We still keep in touch. You know, Derek Odom is their defensive coordinator. I know him really well too, and we worked together at Utah and at Oregon State. I know they have Boje Fili-Moyatu. I know the family. I know when he played at Utah State. So there's a lot of guys on that staff that I know. I think Kevin Cummins, he's the receivers coach, and he was a GA when I was at Oregon State. So there's a lot of good friendships on that. I mean, that's been pretty much every game that we played against. I've known guys on the other side. So I know those guys are hard workers, and they're trying to build something in San Jose, and they're looking forward to coming here and trying to steal one from us. And we need to protect our home turf and whatever means is necessary to win the game, whether it's being aggressive or scheme or game plan or personnel, it all matters right now.
Is it dangerous to tell Johnny Linehan to be aggressive?
No, shoot. Yeah, it's just aggressive is not Johnny's problem. It's intelligence and using it. Well, I'm not talking about in the certain plays. It's taking risks at the right time, you know, and that goes for everybody. I mean, it's not we're just gonna sit there and say, hey, there's no caution. We're just gonna go after it. But there's times to say, why not, you know, and you gotta you know, it's either feast or famine, and let's give us a chance to feast. Otherwise, we just sit there and we bleed slowly and die. And so, not to make all these correlations, but I'm not one to ever quit or to ever just give in, and neither is this team. So, like I said, we're going to go down. I'm going to be swinging, and that's our mindset right now going into this week.
Can you address Francis Bernard's status? I know he's not enrolled in school, so maybe you can't, but what can you say about that situation?
I care about him as a person, and obviously you probably don't know all the details, you know, but he had asked for a release a couple weeks back, and we granted him a release. And looking at all his options, he withdrew from school and was looking at his options, and one of them was possibly returning here to BYU, and even with the release in hand, you know. And so I wish him the best in finding what's the best place for him. But I care about him.
Did you grant him a release to any school?
Yes, to every school. I mean, I don't make statements to everyone that I release, but I think I've been vocal on how I feel about people that want to be here at BYU and the kids that I want to coach. And so that's been, I've never denied anyone a release. Can I say that? So I think that's the best way to do it. But with that, I was not afraid to recruit even Francis, and hopefully that he could come back here. But obviously he's going through some things right now, and I just hope he knows that we love him and care for him.
What about Marvin Heathwell?
Yeah, so Marvin is on the team, and when he got hurt, notified us that he was leaving the team a couple weeks ago. And so, like I said, I don't make statements on that, but now that you asked specifically, after his injury, he decided to not be part of the team and not be a part of the program and not go to school. So that's kind of where it's at. I mean,
you've been taking seems like every week quite a bit of the blame. But what can you do specifically to improve how you're managing the team? Is it more of a motivational factor, or are you taking kind of more of a hands-on approach now?
I'm responsible for all of it, you know. So whatever it is, I'm always going to look at myself first, and obviously. But I also want to address the truth and reality on some things, and then my displeasure on some things that aren't working well. But I also think that there's some things that I could do, first of all, as a head coach, to impact this team. So it all starts with me. And if I could, I wish it ended with me, you know. So I'd like to get things fixed, and whether it's my management skills or whatever it is, I've been around great coaches and been around great programs. Played in a great program under a great head coach and embraced all the wonderful hard work that's gone into this program from the coaches since then. And so trying to build off of that is something that we're focused on. And we feel good about the program. We feel good about our building and our vision. It's just not showing in the record right now, you know. And the guys that coached us to a 9-4 season last year are the same guys that we have now. And so if there's something that we're doing differently, that I'm doing differently, and something that I can improve on as a head coach, then I'm going to work on that and try to get it fixed. But yeah, I look at that record and I take it to heart. It's, you know, that's something that I'm really focused on, and I'm always going to look in the mirror first, and that's my focus right now.
Do you have a preference on kickoff times? I know your last 2 home games are scheduled for 1 o'clock. Do you have a preference on when you guys kick it off?
Yeah, I like daytime games too. I mean, I like them all. So I think there's a good part where we can have all our fans there to support us. That's all I care about, and I feel like I have a great connection to the fans because I am one, you know. But whatever they can get, if they can get all their little league games and all that stuff out of the way so they can show up, that'd be good for us. But I like games in the daytime. I just think that college football is so nice to play in all different times of the day, even at 11 in the morning at some places, you know. So as long as we get to play the game, we have a lot to prove and a lot to improve on. I'm just glad that we have another opportunity this week.
You mentioned after the game about wanting to honor the seniors. What is kind of the attitude of the seniors right now going these last few years?
Yeah, they just continue to lead, and this is, I mean, for many of them, this will be the end of it, you know, and so we have to try our best to honor them and how we establish this program, because this is going to really make a mark on what we do and how we play the next 5 games on their hard work and sacrifices going into this program, you know. So I think they're going to be happy to just say that they're a part of building this program, the culture in this team, and that this was a significant part of it. I mean, obviously we're not cashing it in for the season. We're trying to honor them and try to do what we can, and we're also honoring Lavelle Edwards, who's a great mentor of mine. And you know, I'd like to say that I think he's proud of the way that I'm loving these guys and that I'm trying to help them out in all their goals. It's just not working in the record, you know, and that's. But we have a chance to make it better with these 5 games and starting with San Jose State. That's the focus, but I got to do it with being aggressive, and I think I've said that word enough. You guys kind of get the idea.
Last couple questions.
That's it. All right, guys. Thank you.